And then we got very lucky again. It's really a series of luck. Is that in March of 13? I don't know. Viacom and MTV bought our pilot, Defoed.
Oh, amazing.
Just bought it. We never pitched it to them. We never pitched it one word to it. We'd pitched the Defoed pilot like 2 or 3 times. We went to AMC, who was at the time, they were like, we're making comedies. And I don't think they ever have. And we went to Comedy Central. And Comedy Central wanted to buy it and make it like a webisode thing. Like, well, this will never work as a website because Willem Dafoe's never doing a website.
Right.
And maybe someone else, but everybody said no. Nobody's interested. But our manager had a meeting with the head of MTV at that time named Suzanne Daniels. And she was like, we're looking, because MTV tends to be a little more of a female network. There's a lot of female-driven stuff. We're looking for more guy stuff. He gave her our pilot, and she bought it.
That's awesome.
And we never met her. And then we got a call that MTV had bought it. And we were like, oh, cool.
That's amazing.
So we never pitched it to them. We never sold it. And then that was great, but then the next year and a half of my life was awful.
Why? What do you mean?
Well, it was awful in the fact that there was a lot of issues with MTV, right? So they wanted to make the show a little younger, which is fine. We can do that. But then we had to get rid of Defoe.
Oh.
And that's fine, but there's a bunch of like DJs and music people you and I have never heard of. And it was the same. And then what happened was it just took such a long time.
Oh.
And we couldn't really get another job because no one would hire you because, well, you have your own pilot. You're clearly going to do that. So no one would hire you for that. And we really couldn't because of our contract. And then MTV took a long time to decide to make the pilot.
Yeah.
So we spent another, year and a half, 2 years before we ever made it. And eventually we settled on a guy named Ken Jeong to be in the pilot, and we renamed the show Ken Jeong Made Me Do It.
Oh.
And so when Ken got on board, then things got moving. Then we shot the pilot. And I'm skipping over some steps. I'll make it as quick as possible. We shot the pilot. With Ken, called Ken Jeong Made Me Do It. We casted it. We had offices, it felt like a real thing. And this was like 13, 14. And anyway, so we do all that. The one thing we didn't know was that Ken, the upcoming, which would be like now, like in May, the upcoming season, Ken had a show at ABC.
Dr. Ken.
Called Dr. Ken. And we didn't know about it. I didn't know about it. MTV didn't know about it.
Oh,
and
geez.
Paul, my writing partner, didn't know about it. I think other people knew about it, which is crazy. But we didn't know about that. And it was in first position. ABC had started hearing about our pilot. So ABC was like, no. That's no way. And so at that time, in February of that next year, whenever, so this is now like 15. So this is like 2-year process. MTV talked to Ken, and Ken's like, I'm in for the show. I'll do it. MTV picked the show up to I think it was at the time 10 episodes.
Oh, wow.
And we were gonna run it. So we celebrated. We started reading writers, taking ideas. And then 2 weeks later, MTV called and said, hey, just letting you guys know, we're unpicking up the show because there's a show on ABC coming out called Dr. Ken. And we're like, what the fuck is Dr. Ken? I don't even know what it is. And we find out that, it's in first position, yada, yada. So then in April, we go back to MTV, and I remember being like, our show's better than Dr. Ken. Don't let ABC decide what your content is on your network. Fucking pick up our show, and then we'll figure it out. We'll make some moves. But MTV wouldn't budge. They were like, no, Ken needs to be in 100% of the show. ABC was willing to give him like 60%, 70%, and they would let him come. They would let him do that much of the show. So then we had to wait another like 3 months until the May time, and to see what ABC did with Dr. Ken. And ultimately, ABC picked up Dr. Ken, and they picked it up, and then our show was dead. And then our show went from 10 episode order to 22.
Wow.
So if that show didn't get picked up, then we would have Ken for 22.
Wow.
So that was kind of the.
So you were so close.
So close. And it was painful.
But the silver lining, though, you wrote for Dr. Ken, so how did that come about then? Did Ken just really like you guys?
Yeah, we didn't know Ken very well. We'd spent now the last 6-7 months with Ken. And then to Ken's credit, once his show got picked up on that like Thursday, I remember it was a Thursday, he called us that night and he offered us a job on Dr. Ken.
That's amazing.
And that's how we got on. That's a
nice silver lining.
Yeah, so we got a job on there, and then we were on there for 2 years. We obviously would rather done our own show, but also there's no way Ken could have done both shows.
Right.
At the time Ken thought he could. I'm like, there's no way. But then we got to be on Dr. Ken, and really we were very low in that room. There was a bunch of more experienced writers. So we probably made more money on Dr. Ken. Or we had a bigger weekly salary than we would have on our own show. Because nobody was going to pay us on MTV. And nobody knew who we were. Nobody still knows who we are. But at that time, we were even worse. So that's how I got on Dr. Ken.
But that's amazing that he offered that to you.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah, he came in.
Because he could have just crushed you.
Yeah, he could have just been like, see you, dudes. And so our showrunner at the time was also a very nice man named Mike Seikowitz who was very cool about it.
That's great.
So, yeah.